Hi guys, good morning. So it's me back actually guys I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been long. I've been away, I've been busy, but I'm just, back. So I just like actually I'm back in the house. Guys, this I woke up early this morning, prepared my son to go to school, and my husband was home, so he dropped him. And because I had a job training today, I he decided to drop me to the city because I don't know everywhere in the city, and I'm not with that person who always go there. So guys, we went in the morning. I was expecting to meet with other staff, a few of them, two or three, but actually I saw two of them, and we just I got out of the car and we were heading to um, the the training center. And when we got in, the receptionist told us that there's no training there. The training that is there is different, and we have to go to um, the headquarters of the company that I work with. And we were just confused, and she said, "But I'm not sure, you can ask." So we came out of the door, and one of the staff, who is senior, and she's driving, and the other one, they were actually two staff and I. So one staff is senior and she's driving, the other one is not driving, and I don't drive, so my husband brought me. So, and then my husband left. So at that time, now we came out after we were told there's not training. It happened that you know that I'm like, we're just like a bit stranded, and she's like, you can call your husband because we're going back to the workplace. And I said, okay, fine, that's all right. Or anyway, I can take a taxi, because walking from where we had gone, the first training place, is it will take me like probably an hour plus. I don't know the city so well, so I might get lost, and might take me 2 hours. There's a time I got lost in that city, and it took me 2 hours to figure out where the bus stop is. And I just stood there, and I'm like, okay, fine. And then they headed to the car, to her car, and they got in, and I'm just standing there near the gate. Now I took out my phone, called my husband, said that told him that whatever has happened, and I think I feel annoyed and disappointed because the same staff were going to the same place that I'm going, and it's like, she don't want to give me a lift. So I don't know, it's because I'm black or whatever it is, but we have come close, with that senior. The first time I went to work to that where I'm working currently, but I thought it's something that gonna go away because I don't hold grudges. But today I saw her real colors still. And as I was standing there waiting for now my husband, because I don't know where, maybe he's on traffic jam or something. And she just like, she was driving and just slowed down, and she's like, oh, maybe you can jump in because we're going to the same place. And I'm like, in my thought, I'm like, is this the same person who has told me to call my husband? So she's now again testing, me. And I'm that person who's like, if I decide like, yeah, you told me this, so you never saw the importance of giving me a lift to where we are going for the job training. So I told her, no, I'm just gonna wait for my husband because I've already called him, so it's gonna be a confusion. And she's like, okay, we'll see you there. And I like, that's what I just said, you know. And knowing that I haven't even taken breakfast was just like, I'm just there waiting to go to this training. But yes, after a while, I just had to stand there and wait for my husband to come back, and he came back and picked me. And I told him, I'm not even going to that job training because the directions, they never told us the direction. I remember the manager said, oh, this is the place you're going, but today again going to that place, then it's not that place, and nobody is giving clear directions. And for her being a senior with us, she is supposed to tell us, like, let me contact on your behalf, what's the work of a senior. I was wondering. And I'm expecting her, she's supposed to call and ask on our behalf, where are we supposed to go, because we are going the same place. But it never happened like that. And that's when I realized, like, probably since we came, the first time I met her, we were just close. And I would say not everyone will like you at work, but I have some white staff who are very nice. And even some, like, I know one of them who will just, like, in the morning, oh, come and hug me, because I work night shift. And she's like, good morning, Judy, and she hugs me. She's an old, probably I'll say mature person who's like maybe 50s, and she would leave. But the other staff who are just always, haters. And yes, definitely, we expect haters, people who will hate you at the same place you're working. But I think it's just something that, it makes me feel like, why are you treating me like this? Am I not a human being? Or what is it that, so special with you that is, like, am I like a ratchet or what, So today I really, I got really pissed off, and I'm that person who feels like, I'm not here to beg for a job. I'm not here to be treated like a slave. I'm not here to be treated the way anybody wants to, And I just told my husband I want to go home, because you know what, I just want to go and sleep. And when we got in the car, and yeah, he said it's not worth it, it's not nice the way she's treating you. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm not there, for her. I don't work for her. And if it continues like this, the management has to know. And by the time they are knowing, I think I'm not interested with those kind of jobs, because it's something that I've seen. It's not that the current job that I'm working, it's healthcare. Healthcare, there's so many bullies, so many haters. I don't know why some staff feel like they have like this kind of, like, they can be able to do all the job. Or I don't know why there's so much hatred when it comes to black people in healthcare system. It's something that I've experienced before, and where I didn't have a voice to talk. I didn't know my right to talk, because first of all, I mean, a new country where I haven't lived for long, but I know there are rights for workers or right for staffs. And I remember that since this is like the second thing that we are cross with, it seems that thing is not gonna be fine. So I just decided that I'm not gonna call HR, I'm not gonna call the manager, and I switched off my phone. Yeah, because I needed to calm down my my madness, and my anger too. I have to swallow down my anger, because if the anger in me can just destroy everything, which I don't want. I want to be civil. I want to be to be seen like I'm very mature person. But if I blow out. I don't see any big deal. I did not come here to be anybody's slave, to be treated like a rascal, to be treated like I'm just there, nobody. I'm a nobody. So I've decided I'm not going to call them. They can also call me. They can also call me. And one thing I'll say is that, if for me, like, how I grew up and how I know is that, if the job is not yours, expect one day or at some point you'll not be able to work there. just take it like you can be sacked anytime, and for me, I expect that's how, if whenever I go to work, I expect in case of anything I can be sacked. What's the next thing to do? I have option B. And one thing I always say, it's good to be self-employed, self-employed, because I can be able to manage myself, my time. I can be my own boss, my own CEO, my own secretary. I won't need, and in fact, if I ever have a company that I have to employ people, I don't think I'm gonna treat people of all races and all colors, like this color matters a lot than this one, and we're doing the same job. Or because you feel like you're a senior, you want to treat your juniors the way you want. And now, because this is the second time this thing has happened, and I feel this person, yeah, it's true. Yeah, she hates me, and I don't want to be loved, because I'm already loved. My husband, my family loves me, Whoever loves me, loves me. Whoever hates me. But I'm not gonna entertain you to come and, try to treat me like I'm a rat. No, I'm not. So, whenever they call me and ask me what happened, and I say, you know what? My phone switched off. I was stranded. My husband had already gone home, and he had to come back. And there's traffic jam, I don't live near the city. It's like half an hour plus, where I live. And plus, I don't know the city well. So, the point is, does she feel that she's gonna be driving, forever? Does she feel like I will never drive, And first of all, I think these jobs, they no longer fit me. And guys, if you have this kind of experience, you have experienced, I'm in Northern Ireland, UK, there's a lot of racism, yeah? And mostly healthcare jobs, as I've done healthcare jobs since I came here, I think the racism is in another level. Bullying, people want to bully you. People think just because, probably you're black, you're desperate, you're new, you're foreigner, you might be so desperate, you need money. But let me tell you, money is not everything, I can't be treated so bad because I need money. Why? Even where I come from, yes, we have haters, we have people who like you, love you, whatever it is. But I'm not here to beg you. I use my hands. I work my sweat, for me to get paid. So you expect me, you think I'm begging. I'm not begging, So if you have this kind of experience, or just put yourself in my shoes, what would you do? Guys, I need you to leave a comment there, share out this story, because there's so many people who are being bullied because they are black. First of all, they don't want immigrants, and mostly I can say so many immigrants here, they are working in healthcare system. Some are in contract, they are in contract companies, maybe 5 or 3 years, and you will have to some have gone through a lot, people are being harassed, and some have to swallow it because they don't have options of jobs. Because if you came here with a care visa or any other skilled work visa, you have to finish their contract for you to be able now to maneuver to go to do other jobs. Thank God, I just thank God, because I came with a family visa that allows me to study, that allows me to have any kind of a job that I want. And I thank God for that, because if I didn't have that choice, I think I'll be gone way back, home, if I had that kind of a skilled work visa where I'm tied to one employer. But for me, I thank God, I have flexibility. I can do any job that I want, even if, it means I anything. So just guys, people are experiencing a lot of racism, being bullied and harassed, some of, not all, everywhere, but most of these healthcare jobs, I've seen it. And this is, something that has happened to me. And guys, whenever you're coming, to any foreign country, Europe or whatever, just put in mind that you will go through a lot of challenges, a lot of racism, a lot of hardship to cope with the environment and the people who are there and the people who have been working in that company, and they feel they're more entitled to you. It's like your job, it doesn't matter for you to be there. There are those kind of people I've seen, people who have worked in one place for 20 years, for 30 years, and they are still there, and they feel they are already the bosses. They feel like they have the right to treat you, so bad, like a slave, like a trash, So you as a migrant or a foreigner coming to work abroad, please, if you ever feel, you have gone through something like this that I've gone through, make sure you go approach your manager. The managers are very good people to listen. And if not, you go to the higher rank, of the company. If it's a board meeting or whatever they will call a meeting with that person who is, doing that. Because when I got employed, we were told everyone is equal here, any race, any color, it doesn't matter who you are under this company with the rules. But I think because actually I'm the only black person who works there, and actually I work nights, maybe they feel, oh, you're not really entitled, I don't know, to do this or to work here, something like this. Some of them, they are very nice, but some are terrible. I'm not gonna lie to you. So if you have this kind of experience, as a foreigner, you should face your manager, talk to it, because it's gonna stress you. The environment is not good at all. Working with toxic people, working with narcissistic people. So you better just approach your manager, because me right now, I'm not even like, I'm just gonna wait, because I have to discuss this with the manager, or whoever is more than the manager, if the manager cannot listen to me, because I have the right to speak. I have the right to say how I feel, and I have the right not to feel stressed or under stressed in the company or at the job place. So there's no way I'm gonna allow this to go again. This is the second time that has happened with the same stuff in the same place. So guys, leave your comments there and share with us maybe your story. What happened? What did you do? And I think it's good for you to continue sharing my stories, and I'll be coming with more, guys. So support my YouTube channel, and I will see you next time. For now, bye bye.